Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's PDAC 2019, and we are now at the booth of Aurania Resources. You remember the fabulous exploration company working in Ecuador, and with me here the very famous Dr. Keith Barron, who is the discoverer of Fruta del Norte in Ecuador, who did it before, made 100 times the money for his shareholders, and we want to get a lovely update. Keith, welcome.
More than 1,000 times money for the shareholders.
1,000 times. See, I was too conservative. I'm sorry on that. But even better to hear.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You've done it before, but I think the most important thing when we dive into your company now is really, that was the news release, I think 2 days ago, you have a drill permit.
We're drilling.
And you're drilling.
We're drilling now.
And you have the money.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
We're actually drilling now. Yeah.
So the drill's already hit the ground, right?
It's going down and it's in the ground. Yeah.
Super, perfect. So where exactly are you drilling on the project?
Crunchy Hill.
Crunchy Hill. Mm-hmm.
This is a project that we talked about many times before. Yes. So this is a gold-silver epithermal type project, not a copper project. And we're going to be drilling probably somewhere in the region of 325 to 350 meters depth.
So quite shallow.
Hole. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, pretty shallow, and between 5 and 7 holes on this one target.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super.
It all depends. These things build. What you get in the first hole will give you a clue to where to put the drill and optimize for the second one. Yeah. And so on and so on.
What would you consider as a discovery hole? What is your definition for that?
Oh, well, wouldn't that be nice? But that's that's like a lightning strike.
I know. That's what we want to have with this lovely company.
Well, Mark Twain used to say, history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes.
Exactly.
But I don't know, maybe we'll have a discovery hole, but besides all that, we now have 14 gold-silver epithermal targets to drill. 14. Right? 14.
Wow.
You look around the room here, you won't find somebody with 14 targets.
That's right.
To drill. Yeah. And that's just for silver and gold. We have the copper targets. We have a silver lead zinc target. Yeah. So things are really, really firming up fast. Every week, the geologists are coming back with more and more information and fantastic samples from the field. You can see there's a whole bunch of stuff here on the table here, high-grade copper samples and some samples, epithermal samples here. Fantastic stuff,
Wow, great. Yeah. Super. So how long do you think you have time-wise with the drilling? How long do you need?
Well, I'm not going to release it hole by hole. Yeah. Released it in batches, so when we get done with this first target, the holes will go into the lab. It takes about 1 week for us to get. No. 1 week to get the stuff to the lab.
Okay, good.
Because we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Yeah. And then about 3 weeks at the lab.
Okay.
And then we'll have the results.
Super.
And. We'll get them out to the market and see what's what. But remember, this is only the first, right? And I mean, in my experience, only people who have ever drilled things that have been consecutively better and better and better and better is something that's a fraud, like Brix, right? We're not pulling a Brix here. This is absolutely real. And Now,
I mean, you've done it before anyway.
Yes, absolutely, So we know our business, and Richard's done it before as well. Copper story is fantastic, finding more and more copper all the time, and now they've found copper over a distance of more than 20 kilometers.
Wow.
20 kilometers.
That is crazy.
That's huge.
Yeah. And on surface more?
On surface. Always on surface, because we haven't drilled that area. Yeah. So in time, we'll be firming up that area for drill targets as well, but right now our focus is the stuff that we've been working on for ostensibly 1.5 years, 2 years now, working it up into drill readiness, and that's Crunchy Hill. But next we'll move to La Torre, Yowie, and these various other gold, silver targets that we've isolated.
And you're just doing a financing? You have done a rights,
we're doing a rights issue, that will close on Wednesday.
Super.
Yeah. And I expect it to be fully taken up. I'm taking down potentially up to $4 million from this thing out of 6.3 million that we're raising. So, I'm a big believer in this.
And me too.
I put my skin in the game, right? And that's very, very unusual for a CEO of a mining company.
That's right.
Especially a junior mining company.
Yeah.
But I am such a believer in this thing. And I think I'm in it to make lots of money.
That's what we are here for, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's why I'm a shareholder too.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
I really believe in you guys, definitely.
Yeah.
Can you maybe say one word to Ecuador? Because we had, let's call it in South America, some irritations in the last years. If you call it Argentina, Venezuela, Bolivia, let's say Colombia was sometimes not easy to do.
Sure.
What is Ecuador looking these days?
Well, in Ecuador, there's been a fundamental change over the last 2 years. And first of all, it's a fairly new government now. Well, they're halfway through their mandate. Lenin Moreno, and even though his first name is Lenin, he's not a socialist, he's a centrist.
Okay.
And so the politics...
So pragmatic?
Yes, very pragmatic and very business-oriented. So the country has moved from the left. And I mean, you know, years ago we saw Correa, the former president, on the podium with Chavez and Ahmadinejad. You know, really bad stuff. That's all in the past. All in the past. All those people who were in the government at that time have been kicked out.
Good.
And in fact, the former president there's an extradition out right now for him. He's hiding away in Belgium. He can't come back to the country. He'll be arrested and they'll throw him in the can.
Okay.
So so things are very much improved, and we've got the Mirador Copper Project, which is on schedule to be producing next year. And Fruta del Norte, of course, with Lundin Gold, will be producing fourth quarter this year. They're already down and into the ore body underground. And they're putting the levels in preparation for mining.
Super.
So they're doing their bulk sampling, everything that needs to get done. They're building the mills, the tailings ponds, all that stuff. It's going to be absolutely tremendous for the country. The very first modern mining operation ever in the history of the country.
Fantastic.
But it's only the first.
Yeah.
And
you will be second.
Well,
third.
We might be third. I don't know. But certainly we'll be supplying the stuff for somebody to take it on. Later on.
With that, let's call it 6.5 million altogether.
Yeah.
What do you think you can achieve with that money?
Well, part of it we're going to pay the annual patents, which are due the end of March. Yeah. But also it'll finance a good chunk of the drilling project, which is underway now. I expect we'll do, it all depends on what we find. But I expect we'll do another equity raise later in the year. Yeah. But at
higher prices, of course.
Well, one of the reasons I did a rights issue now is because I didn't want to put out a half warrant and increase the amount of shares out there. Yeah. I'm pushing a lot of cheap paper because I think we're going to have some success, and I think when we do the next equity raise, we'll be able to do it at a much higher price.
Yeah, which makes absolutely sense because it keeps dilution to a minimum.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that is the key to making money in this business. Keep it nice and tight. Yeah. So when you do find a nice ore body, then the valuation is such it's not split up as many ways, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And the shareholders really benefit from
exactly.
it.
No, I mean also with Aurania, I think you were below 40 million shares, right?
We were.
You sold it. Yeah.
We were
well below, right?
I think we were at 32 when we made the discovery. Yeah. Yeah, so that was very tight.
Yeah, so with that offering now, you will go up to what, 34, 35, is it?
36.
36, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so still fine. Yeah. And I mean, let's assume the stock goes to $5-6, and you can say, okay, you know what, we do a 5 million share issue, you have 25 to 30 million, you are done.
Yes, yeah.
Because when you drill 30 million on that, I would say somebody is standing there and says, Keith, can we talk?
Well, I don't want to.
If you have success,
I don't want to sell though. What I would like to do is spend somebody else's money in a joint venture, or maybe several joint ventures. Yeah. And so I think that's the best thing for the shareholders, and of course we'll have a lot of internal discussion amongst the board. But at this point, I can see the direction and the path, and I think that's where we want to go. Yeah. And at the end of the day, so we end up becoming a minority shareholder, but maybe we got a free carried interest, and we hold on to 25-30%. Wouldn't that be a great thing? We get somebody else to build the mine.
Of course. Yeah, of course. And then get payments for the lifetime.
Oh yeah.
No, fantastic, great.
That's the plan.
So we can say like. And let's say from April onwards, we will see results, right?
Yes.
And then it's ongoing.
Yes.
Into the summer.
Boom, 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 boom,
Super.
boom. I don't think the drill is ever going to leave the property.
Yeah.
I haven't told the drillers that they can't leave.
Maybe you should chain them. Okay.
But,
no, super,
no.
great. So
Yeah.
we look forward onto the results, to be honest, and let's take it from there. I would say, and I really keep fingers crossed that this really works.
Yeah.
And show us where the gold is, the silver, and the copper, of course.
We're going to end up with a whole pile of stuff like that.
And then it will not be chocolate inside.
That's right, exactly.
Super, great. Keith, thank you very much. Always
Thank
a pleasure talking to you.
You too.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Keep
bye-bye.
it going. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was Dr. Keith Barron from Aurania Resources, and you heard it, that drills are turning finally. So the company got their permission to drill, and they're already in the ground. So first they want to do like 6 to 7 holes with approximately 300 to 325 meters in depth, yeah, which is like a good start, because everything they found so far is on the surface, of course, but I think it gives a perfect indication what is, let's say, surface down to 300 to 350 meters. That's exactly what you want to search for, and then they take it from there. That's a great approach to do the exploration, and we look really forward in approximately 4 to 6 weeks to show you also the first results. So thanks for watching us, and really check out that fantastic company. Bye bye from Toronto.
Thank you. Bye-bye.